Right, the Land Rover dealer's just given me a call. Tom, the sales manager, said, Simon, come on down. He said, come on down, let's have a chat. And we know when a sales guy rings you and says, come on down for a chat, they've got an ulterior motive. So he's trying to sell me a Rover 75. That would be a laugh, wouldn't it? He's trying to sell me, guys, showing my age. He's trying to sell me a 75th anniversary Defender. So it is no secret that they were a bit marmitey, the 75th edition anniversary ones. Now, and there's some reasons for that. Everyone thinks the colour's great, but they may have overdone it. They might have been a kid with the pen that just coloured in too much the same colour. So we'll go down in a minute and we'll go and have a look at the 75th anniversary ones he's got there. But anyway, he's prepared to do a bit of a deal on it. Now, I think in the future they will be a classic. I do think the colour's right, the model's right, the spec's right. But I think at the moment, a lot of people are going more for the black, and maybe that's the demographic of who's buying them, and we can talk about that as well. I don't think there's so many old school Defender boys that would like and girls that would like that old green buying them at the moment. So we are going to go now. At the moment, we've got a good thing going with our Land Rover dealer because we bought the Model X90 and he gave me all my money back after we'd had it for 6 months, taken it apart, dismantled it, put it all back together, put some accessories on it. And he sold it, obviously, for above list price, but where we'd put the extras on, he could do that. And I had to sign a bit of paper saying I wouldn't resell it to anyone else because people were profiteering and resellers, that's what they call them, isn't it, George? George is a reseller, but don't tell anyone. He does sneaker selling. Right, so we have bought this one, and he said, well, I can't guarantee your money back on this one, Simon, but this was like, he took our Model X off us and gave us £20,000 back and gave us this one new, so we kept going with this one. Now, we are going to go down and see him and say, well, look, what are you going to give us for this against a 75th anniversary? I need a 90 for developing parts and checking things. So we've got the molly plates on here, we've got the rear bumper cover, we've got the spoiler, we've got all the stuff. So we got the exhaust tips, we got everything, the tow hooks around, so reverse lights. So we are going to go down, you're going to join us and we're going to have a little chat with Tom and let's have a look again at the 75th anniversaries. Now, what we may end up doing is if we do buy one, we may well customize it a bit. We may well take off some of that excess green, tone it down a bit, add some extras, and maybe we could raffle it. Maybe we could do one of these sort of raffles. Let's go down and take a look. But let's have a look. We've got a problem, haven't we, George? So he said, bring your 90 down. I said, you know what it's like, it's mint. He says, yeah, bring it down. We can do a deal. But look. So but where I've left it, his battery's been sucked flat. I've had it on charge all morning, and it's oh my, it's not happy. So I've got the big battery charger on it. I've had the trickle charger on it all morning. So we can't go down and buy a new Defender. Because now I've talked about the quiescent power drain on these Defenders, and it's terrible, and they need to give some sort of parking mode, but it's ridiculous. So I'm now stranded here. I can't get to the dealer because I've got to charge the battery. Now, this doesn't happen on everyone's car day to day. Clearly, I do not use the car much. It's got 600 miles on the clock. But the quiescent battery drain is still a problem. And they still need to do something about it. And the amount of time it takes to charge the car, because I think it's charging, because I've got a door open and stuff, it's draining it and trying to power everything up as well as charge the car. So while your charging current's going into powering it up, it ought to have like a shut everything down, sense it's being charged. There's something all a bit squiffy with this. Now, Land Rover is supposed to be bringing out fully electric cars. Oh, they can't even manage the electrics on this one. I love I love Land Rover, I love the Defender, but them boys with them electrics, they need to do some thinking. Right, let's get on. Well, I got this for Christmas. I've never used it. I just thought I'd get it out. Destiny put it on charge yesterday. So apparently we're going to ram this in here somewhere. Help me, George. Oh, here you go. It's a little car. Look. Is it foolproof? Yeah, it's got one bigger than the other with a flat side. Right, so let's disconnect the battery. Let's disconnect the battery charger. Look. Right, turn it off first. Right. Okay, let's see how much charge it's got in it. Shall we? Let's see. And then we'll put that on. People are saying you should carry one of those. Right then. Here we go. Right, will it start? No. keeps doing that. You press the button once and it's like drip, drip, drip. Right, let's have a look. Product test. I don't know who makes this or what. DB Power. Right, let's rest that there. Right, are the cables long enough to reach? That's my positive. Feels alright. That's my negative. Right, is it going to give me any display or lights or? No. How's it? I mean, have I got to turn it on or anything? I've got it to switch to on. Right, should we just see what it does, shall we? Right. It's got a green light on the side there, George. Let's look. We like green lights. Right, will this start my car? Oh, hallelujah! Shout out to DB Power. What's this? If you're going camping, we are taking that with us camping.
That is the king of power.
That is the king of power. Let's go. Right, we're nearly at Grange. I had a little panic moment then. It just did the stop start and I was like, oh, is it going to start again? Oh no, I'm going to have to crawl up to the traffic lights to stop it starting. Right, so we're just going to pull up to Grange and then we'll go and see Tom. We've got our Apple Maps working in the cluster. We've got software level 4. People are saying they're getting 4.01 come up, so it'll be interesting to see whether we get 4.01. Keep on going. Oh, we're good. George is co-driving. Now he's got a driving licence. He's getting all airy now, telling me how to drive. Right, here we go. Let's go to Grange Land Rover. Have a look at some 75th anniversaries. Here they go. What have we got? What's in today? They got, what is that? Some milk float or something? I don't know. What is that, George? 49. It's from Belgique land. What's that doing here? There you go. Right then. Woo! Right, we just gone out of here with Tom, the sales manager, and there's Tom, and there's the 75th anniversary models we're looking at. And he said, Simon, come here. He said, come here. Come and have a look at this. He says, look at this. He said, so he's just bought this one. It's up for sale. So this is a Land Rover Defender 110 V8, but it's got some naughty bits on it. You might have spotted the urban alloys. You might have spotted the urban side steps, but the real naughty bit, we were pleased to see it had our reverse lights on it, but that's not the naughty bits. It's got the Miltech exhaust. So, you're not allowed to show his number plate. Right, it's got a rear bumper cover. I'm loving this guy already. Let's have a look, shall we, George? He said, oh, what's it got? Oh, gearbox not in park. Oh, let's put it in park. So we got the paddle shift, we got the Alcantara, we got the other, we got the V8 logos. Look, this is the real thing, the Meridian sound system. He's got the big screen. Please refuel. I think that sort of comes as standard with the V8, that one. But listen to this. You might. Oh, I've got the mic on, George. Take the mic. So, come. So, yeah, to get it actually, one thing he did say was you've got to make sure you've got it in, to get it really naughty, you've got to get it in dynamic. Oh, listen again, George. That's pretty naughty, isn't it? Right. I just wanted to check what software level he's on, because someone said, a couple of people have said that on version 4 it limits the amount you can make a noise. So let's have a look what software he's up to date. He's on 4.01. So maybe there was a problem with 4.00, but 4.01, if you've got a Miltech exhaust and a V8 and you put it in dynamic, even when we had it in normal mode, it was still naughty enough. So there we go. So anyway, phone Tom at Grange Land Rover. He's just got this in, £106,000, which I don't think is too bad for a V8. How many miles we got? It's only got 11,000 miles on the clock. So yeah, be quick. He's just got this in. Oh, I do like this, but no, it's not. Let's go over and have a look at the 75th anniversaries and have a chat about those. Right, so we are back on track. Stop getting distracted, Simon, with all Miltechs and V8s and stuff. So Tom has gathered together 3 75th anniversary edition. So this is the 90. So this is the 3-door 90. It's got a sunroof. Right, we'll come back and look in more detail. This is also a 3-door 90, but this has got the full convertible fabric roof in it. Now, again, that might be a good idea. That might be fun. I think I don't think you can specify that. I'm not sure. I wonder if that was only available on the 75th anniversary editions. And they have also got the highly desirable, or more desirable, 110 version. Now the 110 is a better package and in many ways better value for money. But the 90 is so iconic, the Land Rover 90 shape. Right, now, so there's some interesting things that are going on, because come around and look at the front. So we're going to talk about the green. Where's the green used? Keep going past, George. Where's the green used? Where should it be used? Where does it look good? I don't think anyone has got a problem with this green. This green, do you agree, George? This green is classic. It's Land Rover. It is spot on. Yeah. So the green is right, but it's where they've used the green, I think, and other reasons why these cars have not been. These cars should have sold out. They should have been back ordered. They should be reselling for more than list price. But they're not, and we need to think about why that is, and we'll discuss it. So this one has got black A-pillars. This one has got this sort of black stripe, and apparently the only reason we can think, and we're not Jerry McGovern, what goes on inside his head we don't know, but maybe it's because this has got the signature panel. Maybe it comes with the green and that one hasn't, so I don't know. Right, so if you were going to buy one of these, and they're now quite good value because there are slight discounts available from Land Rover, and again, call Tom at Grange Land Rover if you want to talk about doing a deal on one of these. What would you do to make it look more interesting? Now, we have got that new tenant in one of our old warehouses that is doing wrapping. So if you were going to wrap it, because I think you don't want to ruin the originality, because I have a feeling these will be collectible in years to come. Now, just because something isn't desirable now at this moment in time doesn't mean it won't be in future. Jaguar E-types, no one wanted them, but look at them now, they're worth a fortune. So fashions do change. Icons will always at some point be desirable, and when the supply of them is limited. But that is one thing George just said to me. He said they really should have made these limited. They should have said we'll make 750 or 75 or some number, and each one come with a number. But they never said. They said they would be limited, but they never said how limited. So that was an interesting thing. Right, so what would we change and how would we change it? I think we were talking about this, and we thought we would wrap the bonnet gloss black lettering, gloss black grille. Now, if you did the wrapping, that would protect the vehicle, keep its original thing, protect all your stone chip areas, but also make it look a bit more contemporary, a bit more cool, and a bit more like less green. We need to tone the green down. We would go for either, I wouldn't mind putting a set of steels on it and doing a set of steels in a cream colour, like look like a real old Land Rover. That's one thing you could do. Or at least if you keep these alloys, I think I would put them black. But again, from a collector's point of view, why not put these wheels and tyres in your shed, put them out the way, keep them mint, and put some steels on there for driving it. You can enjoy it, but then you know when you come to sell it as a collector's item in the future, perhaps you've got the wheels original, not touched. Perhaps gloss black pecking these. You can buy the extended wheel arches, which I think look good, and you can revert those back because they use the same clipping points, and you can get those in gloss black. So that might be a good idea. You could gloss black because you've got this sort of strange mix here. You've got the sort of matte black here, you've got the gloss black here, the gloss black here, the matte black here, and it's now on the Stig we've got everything is sort of more matte-y, and it sort of works better. On this green it doesn't necessarily all work so well. I think the roof and this bit is fine. I think we'd get Ben, he's on holiday at the moment, sunning himself, but I think you could get a nice 75 graphic like we've got and I think that would tone, if you had a black graphic and you let the green pop through, I think that would be good. Even perhaps colour code the door handles black. We do the covers for those. The rear door, I think, possibly could go black, or go black with a frame around it, perhaps something. Spare wheel again if you put the steel on. Sorry.
Get rid of the silver.
The silver needs to go. It just looks terrible. It looks like a sort of modern dishwasher or something. It's the colour of on this sort of classic green, and it doesn't work well. No, this one has got the deployable tow bar, which is quite an expensive option and highly desirable. You've obviously got all the camera, the 360 vision system. I think on that you need the tow hooks, and we were going to do a batch of tow hooks and get them powder coated in the same colour. I think if you had this rear bumper black or green with a rear tow hook colour coded, it would look good. George is nodding. We could add our reverse lights. I think that's about it. Even I think a cheeky spoiler might, even if it was coloured green, I think might just look cool.
And not seatbelts.
Seatbelts, yeah. So let's.
That's it. That's what I want.
The things that I think they should have done, or were not in option, we'll get it, is colour-coded seatbelts and a welcome screen that said 75th anniversary. If you look at the James Bond one, I'll put the thing on the screen now. When you powered it up, it comes up, and you can hack the software, and you can make your car come up with the James Bond logo. But if they had a 75th one, it would come up with 75th, and you could have a Series 1 and a thingy. Did you see that video the other day, George? The first ever Land Rover sold, they found it.
Good.
And who bought it?
Jim Radcliffe.
Jim Radcliffe. Old Jimbo's having a laugh there, isn't he? So that's contentious. Check that video out. I'll put the link in the description below. But to be fair, they've restored it really sympathetically. I will take my hat off. They have not, it's got so much patina, they've left it all on, they've used every nut and bolt. But we digress again. Right, let's go and have a look inside the 90. I mean, so they did do some nice touches. I mean, I like this. The black end cap here, which is better than the silvery end cap. They have done quite a lot of black and green going on, which I think actually works all right on the interior. We love on the Defender this body coloured exposed interior and the bolts. I mean, that is absolute genius. I don't think anyone dislikes that in the Land Rover. We haven't got paddle shifts. We're not a naughty Miltech V8 beast here. We've got the big screen. But other than that, I mean, George and I have mentioned before that it'd be so nice to have the green seatbelts. I don't know if we can commission someone to make green seatbelts. I just think it would just look so lush. We haven't got any 75th foot pedals. That would have been a quick and easy, again, to make it more collectible. And on the dash rail, I know they've done it the green, but perhaps another option there. And the welcome screen would have been good. But other than that, it's a well-spec'd interior. We've got the black headlining, which is nice. We got the full-length sunroof. Let's look. We've got all these keys. Look, let's go and open the full-length sunroof, shall we, George, and see what that looks like inside that fully convertible one. But let's have a look in the 110 for those of you that haven't looked inside the 110. So on these edition, you've got the more deluxe full climate control in the rear. You've got the leather stitched seats in the back. Unfortunately, on the newer ones, you don't get the USB. They deleted the USB chargers. You've only got two charging sockets, not the 4 that we had originally, and that's still affected by component shortages. So even on these later cars, have you got USB on the dash? Yeah, we've got a USB-C on the dash here. We've got USB-C here. We just started one up, and interestingly, they're only on software level 3.3.2, and I think it's because they haven't been driven. The thing with SOTA, the software over the air, you need to be driving the car for it to have enough battery voltage and signal to upload. So it's going to be kind of annoying because the person that buys this, the first time they drive it, they're going to get home and going, there's a software update, and they're going to go, I only had it a day, surely. So that's something dealerships might want to think about. When they sell a car, can they force the update in the workshop so that you haven't got that sort of inconvenience? Although it is a joyful experience if you get new gadgets and features, because they won't have the Apple Maps in the screen. Right, let's have a look in the boot. Yeah, George has said these handles kind of clash. I mean, this one's not so bad, but this really, I guess it could be body colour or even the wood trim you might get away with the wood trim. But the silver, I don't know, there's something with this green and this silver is not working. Now, obviously, Land Rover is interesting. They're dropping the Land Rover badging on a lot of vehicles. It'll be interesting to see. We'll see if we can find a brand new Defender, and they split the brand into 3, haven't they? So it's still all Land Rover, but they're going to have the Range Rover family, which will have the big Range Rover and the Range Rover Sport and the Range Rover Evoque and the Range Rover Velar. There's quite a lot in that family alone. Then you have got the Discovery family, which has got the Discovery 5, and you've also got the Discovery Sport. Good move, George, the lights behind us. And then you've got the Defender family. Now the Defender family, okay, it's got the 90, the 110, the 130, but there's now rumours abundant, have you heard this, George, that they're going to bring out a new all-electric baby Defender, and that sounds really cool. And if it's got the word Defender on it, it's got to be able to go off-road. So we'll be taking electric, we'll have our name down for one of those. We'll talk to Tom. And if we could get an all-electric car off-road, so we've got the Buzz, we've got the Tesla, we're getting genned up on these electric cars, so we're hopefully ready for the all-electric Defender. Right, we're going to have a look in the back. Right, so there's the back. The 110 is a great, there's loads of space in the back. It's not as big as a Disco 4, but you've got absolutely cavernous space there. You've got everything there, there's loads of space. You've got they don't do a parcel shelf, but we do a parcel shelf. You've got all the light coming in from these extra things here. You've got your lashing points so you can tie everything down. You've got these panels here where you can put some hooks, that sort of little sky hooks that go in the top there, or you can put a luggage net dividing, or the dog guard goes in there. There's lots of stuff you can do in the back of these. That sounds a bit weird, doesn't it? We don't like this, and this isn't Rover's, this isn't Defender 75th anniversary, this is across the board. This silver, the fact it's painted, it just gets scratched so easily, and as your dog's getting in and out and everything, this is just and also the fact it slopes. You can't even stand on it because it kicks you off. And we were debating, we couldn't work out why they'd made it slope, but I'll show you why they made it slope. I think they had to, because you've got the spare wheel on the back, and they tried to lower the spare wheel to give you better visibility. And when they did it, look, if this was flat, this would touch here. So they either had to scoop it out or just hope no one would notice. They just sloped it off. And I think we have noticed, but there we go. Right, let's have a look at that convertible. Right, one thing about the 90, we've jumped into the 90, the rear is, wow, it's not great. The rear base, seat base doesn't fold up. It's not designed to be hinged, but it is on the latest, newest ones apparently. And apparently it's got a box in here that levels it. So what you've got when you fold your seats forward is they don't go flat, because they, I mean, that, hold on, let me pop the headrest down. Oh. Like that's as flat as it goes. That's it. So you've got like, but you're not going to get a washing machine or anything other than, yeah. Anyway, so apparently they've addressed that. There's a separate box that levels it, and now the seat base folds up so your seats can go back. So we will have a look in the showroom, see if he's got the latest ones, because I haven't even seen that yet. So, but there we go. So the 90 is a bit of a, it's one of those, the sort of rear space. I'd sack the guy that did the design of the 90 interior, I got to be honest, but there you go. We've jumped in the back of the new Land Rover 90. Now look, for those of you that know the new 90, but this is the latest spec. Look, who would have ever thought of this idea? What a crazy and novel idea. Back seats that you can lift up with a simple tab. No need now to rip your, and then look, when you pull your rear seats, can I reach the thing here? Oh, they've changed that design as well. Okay, then when you fold it down, look, it's horizontal. It's not flat, but at least it's horizontal. Oh, why have, look, there we go. Look, it's flat now, and apparently there's an accessory that goes in here. But look, so there you go. So imagine that. So do you reckon that guy did get sacked? Do you reckon his replacement said, why on earth do you not have fold-up seat bases? So there you go. So if you buy the 2024 model year 90, it now comes with a fold-up seat base. Good idea, Land Rover. So I've just looked like the biggest donkey out there. I've just gone to the dealer, said, look, you didn't give me keys for the 90 convertible, the one with, he said, Simon, take a look again. They're both rag tops, they're both full. So he said, I'll give you the key, you just add back again. I was like, fair play, Tom. Right, let's have a look, shall we? So let's have a look. Let's start it up and see what this see what this convertible roof's all about. Whoa. Whoa. That's massive. So there you go. So you've got the full convertible. So I guess if you were safaring, you could sort of, you know, stand in the top and enjoy the safari. I don't quite know where you'd use it in the modern world.
Just for cruising.
Cruising, what with
It's
you?
good for the 90. In the back, it's more of a cruising.
If you had a pet giraffe, it would be handy, wouldn't it?
It's just cool.
It's just cool. If you were really, really tall, it would be handy. Oh, incoming. Right, I think we'll wrap the video up there. Do you think, George? I think so. I hope you've enjoyed us coming down to the dealers. Thanks again to Grange Land Rover. Again, give Tom a call if you want one of these 75th anniversaries, or if you want that crazy Rover V8 beast of a thing, give him a call. Who's calling? It's the electricians.